Kija Urele.
Mackensley.
Comment est Mackensley?
Barumal.
Oui.
Oui.
Ah bon. Silence, Kilo, s'il vous plaît. Ça comique, Mackensley? Oui. Mackensley. Vous aimez vivre avec DJ, là?
Oui.
Ah, qui ça vous aimez? Qui ça
Guitare.
vous aimez faire?
Guitare.
Guitare.
Guitare avec non. Guitare avec tambour. Non. Batterie. Non. Batterie. Non. Avec
Vous aimez danser, oui?
Oui.
Qui ça vous aimez jouer?
Guitare, keyboard, guitare, keyboard,
Oui.
tambour, diri, spaghetti, tuba.
One of our Haitian directors, his name is Francie. He's also an engineer and had been sent out to the countryside in a zone called Côte de Fay. He came in contact with this kid named Mackensley. I remember him calling me and telling me he thought he was about 5 or 6. He wasn't sure. So he ended up calling me and saying, like, I found this Restavec, and it's more than just a child slavery situation. They were mutilating his body. And basically what had happened was Mackensley's mom is really young and she couldn't take care of him, so she ended up giving him to her dad to take care of him, and then his grandpa kind of put him under the control of his like on again, off again wife situation, and so she was Mackensley's master or aunt, ma tante, which is what he would call her. I ended up asking his aunt what it was like to have him living there, if she was excited to have another kid, or if it was hard, or what it was like to have another kid to take care of. And she kind of laughed at me and said, he's not my kid, he's here for work. It was crazy just to see the way that he was like walked in, and he was filthy. His clothes were like rags, but it was really easy to see like the way that he had been mistreated, even just standing there looking at him, like his skin from head to toe. I mean, scabies, but it was worse than I've seen scabies before, and this was not, I hadn't seen this. It was like there were marks on his body from them whipping him that had gotten infected, that hadn't healed right. I mean, you see, I don't know how many movies or films about slavery here in America back in the day, and it was very much like something I had seen in a movie, as far as like the whip marks, like their welts, like their lines of welts on his body. He ended up offering us these things of corn that he had in his pocket, and we had asked him where he got them, and he explained to us that that's where he eats from, that he picks the corn off of the ground in the garden because that's what he's allowed to have. It's the same stuff that he feeds the chickens, and apparently that was all that he was really being given to eat. And so at that point, the neighbor showed up. She had came down to the house and started telling me, you know, you really should find his mom. And I was like, well, we asked them if we could talk to his mom or if we could meet her, and they told us that she doesn't live here and she doesn't have a phone and we can't get a hold of her. And the lady said, you can find somebody to take you there. Like, find somebody, because she doesn't want him here. If you can help her, she doesn't want him here. So we ended up leaving, and it's a kind of a crazy story, but randomly along the side of the road found this guy who was like walking down the road with a machete, and we all felt like we were supposed to talk to him, and we did, and he actually knew Mackensley's mom and led us straight to her house. And so I got a chance to meet Mackensley's mom and just kind of explain to her where I had come from and what we at Gabriel's Promise do, and that our goal is trying to help kids who other people aren't able to reach. And I said that we had a music program and 3 different camps going on during the summer, and normally we don't go out and invite kids who aren't already in our neighborhood to come, but that we had felt like this was a really special circumstance, and so we were inviting him to come stay with us for the summer. And 2 days later, she showed up at our house with Mackensley. And she actually stayed the night with us a couple of nights, so I really got to know her a little bit better and the situation. And it just became really apparent that she was not ready to be a parent. She has another daughter, Mackensley's younger sister, and she is doing the best that she can to take care of her. And she thought that by giving Mackensley to her dad that he would actually have a chance to go to school and that he would get fed, and she knew that they weren't treating him like their own, but she figured it was better for him to get an education than it was for him to live where she was and get nothing. So she left Mackensley with us for the summer, and we had like 2 full months with him, and everybody on our team and in our house fell completely in love with him. I actually named him Man Cub because he is like wild in a really beautiful way, but he just quickly became a part of our family. And then at the end of the summer, she came back in, Mackensley's mom, and we had, I think, quietly been hoping that she would want him to stay with us, but we didn't want her to feel obligated in the slightest. And when she came in, it was really clear, and she said, I see the difference in him, and that makes me happier than anything. I thought he would be getting these types of things when I left him with my dad, so if there's any chance that he could be here, that would be what I want. And so Mackensley is now permanently with us. He is the start of our kids' home, and he started school last week.
Mais rapadou, mais pour le café.